Good day, Summers. This is Raabemaster bringing you another League of Legends Shoutcast for your viewing pleasure. And today, got a great game for you guys. So I haven't made a video in so long, between my time schedule and some problems I had trying to make the last couple casts. I haven't been able to make one for like a week, and it's been terrible. I'm so very sorry. I would like to get to a one upload a day consistently, but unfortunately that simply was not that possible this week. I would like to make it possible in the near future, however, so we're going to see how that goes. And right now, let's get underway with this game, however. For the blue team, we're going to have a Renekton in the top lane. Syndra will be gracing the mid lane. In the jungle will be Vi. We're going to have a Taric supporting a Sivir bot lane. For the red team, we are going to see a Riven in the top lane. Kennen will be mid lane. J4 will be in the jungle, and a Janna supporting a Lucian in the bot lane. Very excited about this game. We're seeing a couple strong picks. Taric, very good support right now. Janna, good support as well. And Lucian, a very strong carry at the moment. Koreans found it first, but now he's getting nerfed. And that's pretty much how everything goes, right? Koreans find what's good and then it gets nerfed, right? Pretty much. And that's pretty much it. Top lane, very common picks. Riven, very strong because she deals a lot of damage and is extremely mobile. And of course, Renekton, very good at being tanky while still being able to deal decent damage and having good crowd controls with his stun, of course. And right now, let's get underway with the game. It looks like mid lane, we're about to have a bit of a gank here. J4 moving on into the bot lane. And we're seeing a lot of damage going on Syndra as she does get attacked by Kennen. There's the stun. Nice stun. EQ combo from Jarvan. Going to get dodged by the flash. And there's a stun from Syndra, intercepting the flash of Kennen. Without that stun, she would have died probably to a Kennen Q. So clutch stun indeed. Going to keep her alive for a moment more. And right now we do see Taric and Sivir dancing around the bot lane. Taric just such a strong pick right now. With the support gold changes, he's very, very tanky, and he can get so much easier than before due to the fact that he can get more gold. And I mean, he's just very strong at the moment. Of course, we are seeing a lot more Syndra players as well due to the fact that she is very strong in lane. She has a lot of good poke potential, and her ultimate gives her great all-in. And pretty much she just can win all trades. Very strong pick at the moment. And wouldn't be surprised to see her in competitive play this coming season. And looks like we're going to have Janna trying to throw out some tornadoes in the bot lane. Back in the mid lane, we do see Syndra having the advantage in farm. Despite being forced out of lane, she has managed to get more last hits. And there is first blood already. It seems to have been that Jarvan and his team decided to go invade perhaps the red buff where Sivir and Taric were. And Sivir did end up getting picked up. And looks like we have a lot of damage coming down on this Lucian immediately. Taking a lot of poke. Gonna pop bear. Gonna pop flash. There's the exhaust from the Janna. She's just gonna float away. And they will not be able to catch up to her. Vi coming in a little bit late. Not being able to pick up much. But hey, I mean, better to be there than not be there. Yay for junglers. In the top lane. We're just gonna see the common dance of farming and harassing the opponents. And it looks like here comes the Jarvan. Nice EQ combo. Can he get the knock up? Here comes the stun from Kennen. This looks like a kill to me. No flash on Syndra. X marks the spot. She's going to go down. And that is great for Kennen and Jarvan. Kill going to go to Kennen. Going to help him get the advantage in this lane. Looks like we're going to have Renekton doing a lot of damage to Riven. She seems to have eaten a turret shot. And now she is quite low in the HPs. Both of them did start door and shield. Not a surprise. And looks like we have a bit of damage coming out from the Riven there. And right now, this Kennen is trying to do his best to harass his opponent. And for the second time in a row, this Syndra is sad because she has to waltz back into lane. And, of course, that's never fun. Looks like Riven might be going back, perhaps. Nope, just going to stay in lane. Renekton is, in fact, going to go back. For the top lane, we do see Riven having 13 CS more than Renekton. That's a huge lead in farm, especially at this stage of the game. And that's definitely going to make her have a better time in lane. Looks like Riven's going to get baited into a lane gank from Vi. Here comes the Q from Vi. Will she be able to get the distance for the kill? I don't think they're actually going to be able to get this. No, they won't. The mobility from Riven going to be too strong. There's a flash from Vi. She does not have her Q up yet. 2 more seconds. That was a questionable flash at best without her Q. She really didn't have much potential for a kill. Looks like she wants to get this Riven, but Riven's got to see this one coming. She does and baits it. Well, maybe they'll pick up this Vi from the Ignite. No, it doesn't look like she will. Mid lane, a gank happens. Syndra dropped very low. Bot lane, nothing happened. But Vi is going to survive from the Ignite. And now Renekton might actually be able to dive this. He's not going to slice and dice through the minions. He's like, yeah, Riven's too mobile anyways. I wouldn't be able to get a kill here. Looks like red team might be throwing some pressure on this tower. And then choose the turret dive perhaps. They are going to get the knock-up with the drive and EQ. However, there's not a ton of reliable burst with these two right here. Bit of a questionable dive. Ken's going to walk forward, get the ignite. Unfortunately, going to eat one too many tower shots and end up going down. Jarvan's the last one alive here. However, Vi's quick, hot on his tail. Wanting to come pick up a kill here. She is going to Q right into the bush. Nice knockback on the Jarvan. He's going to EQ over, however, through the trees. And here comes Renekton, though. He wants this kill, and he's going to get the Q, the stun, the auto attack, and the kill. Executed by Renekton. 2 kills from the tower dive. So definitely advantage for blue team right there. Syndra was able to get one of them. Renekton the second. That's going to help Renekton in his lane. Give him a kill. Will give him a nice advantage above that Riven. He's going for a Brutalizer right now. Has picked up a Chain Vest. And that's going to make him very strong against the Riven. Riven has decided to go Boost of Lucidity. A popular choice on Riven. However, I think the Ninja Tabby would have been very beneficial here for the armor against the Renekton. Looks like we have a gank here on the Lucian. Riven does have her ult. Vi does have her ultimate. Pops it. Picks up a kill. Tark's going to grab that one actually. And now they can put a lot of pressure on this turret if they chose to. Might be able to even take it. Looks like they're not going to put that much pressure on the turret. Just going to end up going back. Not surprising. When we talk about putting pressure on turrets, 2 main turrets you want to put pressure on are top lane turret and mid lane turret. Bot lane turret is where your hard carry is farming. So putting a lot of pressure on that is sometimes questionable due to the fact that if you take it in the minion waves pushes, your hard carry might not have a place to safely farm. You can then push other lanes with your carry and support roaming, but it might put your hard carry in a questionable position. Looks like we're going to have Renekton going all in and Riven going all in. And Renekton is definitely winning this fight by a mile. Will he be able to get the kill? That's the question. There's the flash into Q. And he's going to get the kill right there. Nice job by the Renekton. And that's going to be nice gold for him. Unfortunately, Riven not being able to survive that without much armor. The chain vest from Renekton really coming in handy there, making him extremely survivable. And we are going to have Jarvan picking up the Vi's red buff. And now it looks like this bot lane might be in a bit of trouble. They're about to get ganked. Here comes the K. Here comes all the champions from red team. Nice ult from Jarvan's going to keep them trapped. Kennen has not popped his ultimate yet. He's still got that in reserve. Lucian picking up the kill on the Sivir. And of course Tark dropping extremely low, but them not really wanting to dedicate to a tower dive. I think they might have been able to there if they had all committed to that tower dive. Here comes the Vi and the Syndra. Vi just going to go right into the minion wave. Not really wanting to go for the kills right now. And Jarvan's going to eat a tower shot. Here's Janna as well. There goes the Kennen ult. Again, they catch the Vi. Will they be able to pick up a kill on her? Jarvan's going to get a nice ult through. And we see Kennen taking a lot of tower right here. And there goes the ultimate from Syndra, picking up the kill on the Kennen. Of course, Jarvan was able to get the kill as well on the Vi. So trading 1 for 1 in that little skirmish. 2 for 1 in total, because they did pick up the kill on the Sivir. Again, turned out well for red team. They did have to commit a lot of resources to that lane. However, no one farming mid lane right now. That's a lot of farm. And EXP, which will never be recovered. Just going to go straight into the void. And right now we do see in bot lane a bit of engagement coming down. Looks like Janna might be in a little bit of trouble. Here comes the Syndra as well. And Lucian getting slowed, getting stunned. Will this be the end of Lucian? That is the question. And it does look like it will be. Sivir going to pick up the kill there. Jarvan not really wanting to commit here, which understandably they don't have a lot of damage right now. Kennen just going to go straight down to the middle lane. To the bottom lane, I mean. Riven trying to get some damage in on this Renekton. And there's a nice knockback right there. From the Syndra, going to keep the Jarvan away. And Kennen getting slowed as well. And Sivir did end up popping her ultimate. She will not be able to get that ward, unfortunately. And the rest of the blue team is going to recall. Actually, Syndra might be sticking around right here. She did pop her ward over the wall, which... lol, I guess. I don't really have anything else to say about that. Here in the top lane, we are seeing Renekton and Riven going for a little bit of engage here. Does Renekton want to fight this? I think he does. But however, Riven, being the mobile champion that she is, not going to allow for those shenanigans. Here comes Vi, actually, for the gank. She does have her ultimate up. This could be a tower dive for the ages. Wouldn't really be surprised if it ends up being that way. Looks like they're going to go in. Nice stun from Renekton. Here comes the Vi. She's going to pop her ultimate. There's the knock-up. There's the kill. And the power of Vi shows itself once again as she does pick up a kill with her ultimate. Kill going to Renekton, however. He is now 3-0-0. That's one powerful alligator. Crocodile, whatever. Who really cares about this distinction? No one, except for people who are perfectionists and want to get everything right. And right now in the mid lane, we're going to have Vi coming down for a gank. Does land the Q, but unfortunately kind of super fast. So no kill there. Looks like Renekton taking a lot of tower shots. He might actually get taken down. Jarvan, though, a little impatient, not waiting for his EQ combo to come up. And he does have his ultimate, though. And one more auto attack. Shut down from Jarvan. Renekton definitely way too greedy and took a couple tower shots there. I'm going to mute my mic for a moment while I take a drink of delicious... wait. I can't take a drink of water. I need to wait. Losing Poppin's ultimate, trying to push back the wave. But here comes the Syndra. Tower diving immediately without her team to help. And here comes Kennen. They might actually be able to sandwich the Syndra. There's the ult from Kennen. There's tons of damage coming out. There's the Syndra ult. It's not enough, not by a mile. And Kennen going to pick up the kill right there. Now I'm going to take a drink of my water. I'm going to mute the mic from up. Yum, delicioso water. Very, very tasty. Man, I could probably go for like an... I feel like I could go for an artisan ale though right now. But alas, we do not have time for alcoholic beverages. We only have time for League. And right now we do see Riven farming the camp of the blue team. She's going to be taking that white camp right there. She's not doing the hottest right now, not even having her brutalizer finish. Whereas Renekton, Giant's Belt, Chain Vest looking to go into Sunfire Cave very quickly. Such a good item on Renekton. Allows him to do more AoE magic damage. And it looks like they're going to find the Riven in the river. Riven in the river. That sounded so weird. And it looks like they want to get the kill on this Riven. There's a dunk. Going to deny Riven's Q. And she's not going to be able to hop over the wall. And here comes Syndra. Here comes Renekton. Here comes just the gangbang on the Battle Bunny Riven. And there's the kill going to the Renekton. He's now 4-1. And this Riven 0-3. She is the saddest of bunnies at the moment. Man, she is 4th in long for any good items right now. Not even having her brutalizer finished. There it is. There's the brutalizer. She can take solace in the fact that she has a little bit of armor pen. Gonna really help her against the Renekton, who is definitely building armor. Might actually be able to take the turret in the top lane here. She is gonna go down, but in the bot lane we have a little bit of action going on. Janna getting initiated on. Looks like gonna go straight in. Here comes Jarvan. Nice ult from Janna. Beautiful ult. And that's gonna burn the flash of the Sivir so that she can get ulted by the Jarvan. However, Janna falling very low. She was a bit too aggressive there. And I don't think they're gonna pick up the kill on this Tark, honestly. Even with the Kennen. Can they tower dive this? Maybe, but I don't really think that was much of an option there. And with that, you're going to see the Tark falling back to his tower. Nice kill from the blue team, being able to turn around that gank for a kill on the Janna. She stayed a little bit too long and unfortunately was not able to stay alive from that gank. But losing a support for a carry, definitely worth it, because now Lucian's able to farm, whereas Sivir is not. So going to be giving him even more, giving him a slight advantage. They're going to be about equal in farm thanks to this. So far, farm across the board pretty even. Jarvan farming better than the Vi. Syndra farming better than the Kennen. And Riven actually surprisingly ahead in farm. I guess Renekton's been farming champions instead of lane creeps. And looks like we have a bit of a gank here in the bot lane. Vi saying, hey, come on and help me, you douchebags. I'm trying to gank your lane. Unfortunately, not much going to come from that perhaps. And this Jarvan is going to fall back to the safety of his tower. In the top lane, we do see a bit of an all-in coming out here from the Riven and the Renekton. I mean, this Renekton's pretty tanky, so Riven's having a hard time dealing with him at the moment. And right now, they're going to engage again. I mean, this lane's just constant fights. There's the ult from the Renekton. Will he be able to get a kill here? He's going to slice and dice. Will it be enough? It doesn't look like it will. And Riven is barely going to skate away from that one, thanks to her mobility. And we do see Spirit of the Ancient Golem on both the junglers. Still, in my opinion, the best jungle item. I'm seeing two things. A lot of farming junglers right now, and a lot of insanely strong ganking junglers. The likes of that being Vi once she hits level 6 at least. Before level 6, her ganks are meh at best. And of course, Jarvan. These are gankers with huge gap closures built into their kit. Zac, Vi, Jarvan. There are more, which I can't think of at the moment, but I'm seeing a lot of those kind of champions. Also, Evelynn, a good pickup right now. I haven't really dealt with very many Evelyns. I haven't been playing too much League, so I guess I'm not really the best to talk about this. Looks like we're going to see a gank on the Trorik. as I like to call him sometimes. He's just going to take a ton of damage. Flashed over that wall. Here comes Vi for the assist. The counter gank. Jarvan taking down an absolute monster ton of damage. He's going to fall to the ult from Syndra. But here comes the Kennen ult. Stunning 3. Doing lots of damage. But Kennen also taking a lot of damage himself. Just the tankiness of blue team being the overall factor. They burn so much on the tanky target. Sivir's going to come in to clean up. Picking up a kill on the Lucian. Beautiful counter gank from the Vi. Able to pick up 2 kills and save her teammates. And here comes the Riven, wanting to do tons of damage to this Renekton. Who's going to win this fight, actually? Could go either way. Renekton does not have his ultimate up right now, unfortunately for him. So I think he might be going down in this fight, going to flash over the wall. And he can't close that gap with his gap closer over the wall to Baron. And he's going to go down to the Riven. Even if he had gone through that gap, Sunfire capable to probably aggroed Baron and gotten himself killed. So not too much of a loss there. Red team losing another turret, this time in the bot lane. That's 2-1 now. Turrets in favor of blue team. Blue team, after taking that turret, looking to go for a dragon. They can probably take this mostly uncontested. I don't think Jarvan will be able to make it here in time. And how sad for him. They're going to miss the little pink ward, though, in that bush. Someone's got to walk through that bush. Come on, blue team. Walk. Sivir, you're so close to a pink ward. Come on, baby. No one's going to find the pink ward. And sad days for blue team. That ward will continue to stand in that bush. Man, with pink wards being visible, you gotta check those great pink ward spots, guys, every time. Just a little bit of face check, just the tip. Just the tip, guys. Just the tip. Face check with just the tip. You know, you find that ward maybe? I don't know, but they definitely did not find that pink ward there. Blue team doing a great job of warding the area around bot lane. Just so many wards here. There's a ward's like, I've got to ward everything. And he did definitely succeed at that. Red team doing a decent amount of warding as well. And it looks like we have a bit of an all-in here on the Tark. He's just so tanky right now. Pops the Shurimas. Will be able to escape from here. And it doesn't look like he will. Lucian picking that one with the ult from downtown. And they might be able to turn this into a nice tower push. Vi waiting in the distance to help. But I think they're going to be able to get this tower here completely uncontested. Renekton has left from his lane. Riven going to go back to farm that mini wave that's pushed to her turret. And that's going to be making the tower total into an even 2-2. So I've heard a little bit of a bang there. That was my fault. And right now blue team saying we're going to counter your push with a push of our own. Jarvan is right now busy taking the blue buff. So they might be actually not able to actually defend against this. Look, there goes the defense actually. Oh, but Ken's just going to get immediately bursted down and going to fall. There's the ult from Jono, just throwing this team fight into complete disarray. Renekton completely going through. The red team picking up 3 kills. First one on the Kennen, the second 2 on the bot lane combination. And here comes the Jarvan trying to do what he can. Riven also jumping madly into this team fight. Not able to pick up a kill, but taking a lot of damage herself. And looks like they might still be able to take this tower. Blue team still all alive. That Renekton was just able to dive in under that tower and do a ton of damage. There he was able to pick up the last damage on the Kennen while diving the Janna and the Lucian, doing very well for himself. That Kennen tried to save that turret, but I mean, they didn't really have much fight potential there. He just took the brunt of the damage. He did not have his Zonias yet, so he just took a ton of damage from blue team. If he would have had his Zonias, that would have been okay. But, I mean, the initiation didn't really result in much that was good. And it looks like he's going to take a lot of damage here from the Kennen. One more auto attack will not be enough to kill him. He will actually survive. Tark dueling the Riven here. The Ignite has been popped. And Tark's like, come back here, pretty lady. I want some. There's the stun. And will he be able to pick up the kill? That's the question. It does not look like he will. Maybe he will. No, he will not. And Renekton still being chased through his own jungle. Kennen taking a ton of damage here. And it looks like Sivir was taken down by the Lucian. And Renekton going to turn around for a kill here. Now he wants another kill on the Janna. He is going to go down. But there's a kill from the Syndra. And now it looks like Lucian's in a strange position. But no, here comes the rest of his team to help. Nice ult from Jarvan. Going to catch the Trark. And I think they might be able to get a kill. He does walk through the Jarvan ult, but does end up going down to the Lucian. All in all, I had no idea how many were lost in total. A lot of champions died. A lot of them respawned. And that team fight led us through the mid lane to the blue team jungle, back to the blue side of the mid lane. Completely crazy. But in the end, we see that blue team does have a very slight gold advantage. Not really anything you write home to your mother about, but I mean, any amount of gold can help. Black Cleaver finished up here on Riven. Renekton has finished his Spear Visage alongside his Sunfire Cape, going to make him extremely survivable. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go maybe for a little damage, maybe finish up Black Cleaver next. Of course, he could also just go for more tankiness, also a very acceptable option on Renekton. I mean, you can never go wrong with building tankiness on Renekton. Syndra looking to go for a Deathfire Grasp after finishing her Athene's. Athene's such a good item on Syndra. She loves farming up an Athene's very early due to the fact it gives her cooldown reduction, which allows her to get more balls in play. Gives her ability power, which of course every mage needs, and gives her mana regen, which is great because she's a very spammy champion. Looks like Riven's going to take a bit of tower aggro. Renekton's going to use this chance to get a very good trade with the Riven. I mean, he's just so powerful right now. He has so much armor. He can pretty much just bully this Riven anytime he pleases. And here comes the Tark for the stun. Syndra as well. The Syndra stun's going to be a bit of a whiff, but she's going to get the slow. She's going to ult and walk away. Picking up a nice kill for herself. And with that kill, brings Riven to 1 and 4. Not doing too hot right now, but I mean, this is Riven we're talking about. She can always come back and get a ton of kills in the mid-late game and become an unstoppable force. Looks like we're going to have Riven try to engage onto this cannon. She's going to pop his ultimate. A bit of a questionable cannon ult. He's going to catch the support in it, but not much else. And cannon is going to get chunked down and destroyed. Here comes Lucian, wanting to pick up a kill on the Vi. He's going to get it, but in doing so, dive into the entirety of blue team. Will he be able to get out of here? It looks like the red team is going to get dropped down. Syndra picking up the first kill. Not going to be able to get the kill on the Jarvan. That's going to be very nice for blue team. They picked up 3 kills there, only losing 1 of their own. And the tier 2 turret going to fall in the mid lane for red team. And of course their tier 2 turret on top lane probably not going to get taken down. I mean, if they don't react to this, it very well might. This Riven wants blood. Oh, she does. And they might be able to bait it. Nope, she's going to ward the bush and be like, I don't want to deal with this shit anymore. Later, we'll see you later, nerds. And looks like she might have to get ult in. There's the ult from the Syndra. Not quite enough damage, however. Now she's going to go right back into the re-engage, and she's going to pick up the Syndra. Gonna get killed, however. But that was shut down gold for Riven, so a lot of money. Tier 2 turret for red team does, in fact, end up going down there. Not able to stop the Renekton. That brings the turret total 5 to 2 in favor of blue team, giving them a lot of global gold, bringing them about 4 to 5k in terms of gold advantage. And right now we do see the Lucian farming up his red buff. Gonna give him a nice slow. I really like that hired gun Lucian skin. I think it's a really nice skin. If I played Lucian, and I might just pick him up. And okay, did anyone else not see Sivir's auto attack animations go on there? Was it just me? No, it wasn't just me. And Tark, of course, being slowed, being knocked up like the bitch he is. Looks like he's going to get initiated on Ed. He might just drop here. Tanky as he is, cannot survive the damage of 4 players. News, more at 11. And with that, what advantage will red team take from the down Tark? Could they push the mid lane and try to take a tower? It definitely would be an option. But they still have to deal with the blue team, which does have a nice advantage right now. Riven, very tanky at the moment, tons of armor. Did I say Riven? I meant to say Renekton. I don't know if I messed that one up or not. Renekton right now having tons of armor. Just very strong force to be reckoned with. Riven, just really a black cleaver, not much else in her kit. I mean, the items right now. And right now we do see Lucian just meandering down to the bot line to continue farming. Let's take a look at the item progression right now. Renekton, tanky. That's all it needs to be really said. Before, I guess we're not going to item progression, as we do see a bit of an all-in here from the Renekton and the Riven. They're just kind of trading blows. Renekton backing off whenever his cooldowns are up, and then going back in when his cooldowns come off cooldown. And just getting a ton of damage on this guy. Here comes the Vi. Tons of movement speed. Tons of all. Wow, much damage. Such initiation. And this Riven looks dead as fuck. And looks like the Janna now, the next one to be in a bad position. Going to be going down for the second kill. And with 2 kills gotten, blue team looking to pressure an inhibitor turret. Big mistakes from red team. After that, Riven, which was tons of dead. I mean, Riven just playing too aggressive this game. Playing like Riven, but unfortunately getting caught out like the bitch she is. I don't mean to swear so much, but sometimes I feel it's necessary, and I do so. Jarvan going to EQ over the wall, not wanting to mess with that amalgamation of heroes, which is blue team. And losing ultimate, doing some decent damage, but not a ton. Looks like he's going to try to pressure this. Here comes the stun from Syndra. Ken just getting immediately obliterated in this team by not even a chance to press R. Here comes the Riven and the Janna, however. Just a clusterfuck of abilities. This Renekton diving so very far. Vi also does end up dying. So does Tarek. And Jarvan as well. This Renekton gonna get taken down after diving extremely far. The only two survivors from the blue team are Sivir and Syndra. I believe that was a bit of an overdive right there. They did end up losing 3 for 2. Blue team definitely not coming out. Not really coming out ahead in that engagement. We do see 2 blue wards in the same bush, which is a little lolsy. 3 wards in total in that bush. I mean, everyone's got tons of vision on this bush right here. I mean, look at it. 3 wards in this bush. Bitches, please. They be hating, but there's a lot of wards in there. Nice stun on the Riven. Might should be going down here. Syndra does not have her ultimate, so no chance I'm picking that one up. Never forget, guys, when Syndra used to build Mana Immune, and remember when Mirror Mana came out, like it would proc on each one of her ultimate hits? Oh man, that was so much fun. So good. Unfortunately, it was very hard to build into until you got the Mirror Mana, so it kind of made like your early mid game pretty weak. But once you got that Mirror Mana, it was just insane. Renekton trying to sneak in a little blue buff there with his Sunfire Cape, but not gonna get it. Probably just wanted to help his friendly Syndra. Right now, gold advantage still in favor of blue team. They did unfortunately lose quite a bit with that overcommitment to the top lane tower. They were able to pick off the cannon like immediately in that fight, though. They need to do that. If they can take down the cannon before he can ult, even with the Zonias, it's going to be very tricky. But if they can do it, it's going to be huge, and it's going to make all the difference in the world. They're going to win all the team fights if they can take the cannon out before he pops his ultimate. But he has finished his Zonias, so that's going to make him quite strong. Here comes the ball of electricity, trying to make some moves. There goes the re-engage from the Vi. They're going to do a ton of damage to the Riven, but not quite enough to pick her up. Here comes the ultimate from Kennen. The counter initiation. Tarek taking a ton of damage. There goes the damage all around. A lot of damage going down onto that Kennen. He is going to end up falling in this team fight. Jarvan trying to EQ back in. Everyone just trying to get into a fight, but everyone's so very low. Next one to go down is going to be Riven, followed by the John with the double kill. Syndra still quite alive here. Here comes the full health Renekton. Boom! Taking down the Lucian. And that is going to be that. Now that 4 members of red team are in fact dead, they can probably take this middle inhibitor turret along with the inhibitor itself. Blue team making a nice advantage for themselves. And there is the pickup of the middle turret. And finally we also have the inhibitor going down as well for blue team. Very nice for them. That's going to give them quite a good advantage. Almost 10k gold in the lead. They're going to probably recall, then dance around Baron, I would assume. If they can get Baron buff, they can probably get pretty close to ending this game. Let me check to make sure everything's still recording properly. Looks like it, guys. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's what I love to see. And with that, we are seeing a nice advantage for red team. For blue team, I mean. These team fights, it's all pretty much about, can Kennen catch a lot of people in his ultimate? Can Jarvan get a good ultimate? They so far have not been able to touch the Sivir, have not been able to touch like the big MVPs of blue team. We keep seeing Sivir have full health, Syndra have full health. They're initiating on the Vi, on the Tarek. These are not the targets they want to initiate on. Tarek, that's not your team. Oh wait, never mind. He's like, I see money in my near future. And there goes Lucian ultimate, catching a lot. Nice EQ from Jarvan, going to knock a ton of them up. And it just looks like red team's going to get a couple free kills here, picking up the Tarek, then the Renekton, then the Vi. Wow, nice job from red team, pretty much responding to that. Now they see this beautiful, beautiful Syndra, just a delicious kill for them. And they are going to pick her up. 4 kills for red team. Now that's the power of teamwork right there. They were able to trap a lot of them in the Jarvan ultimate, turn on the Kennen ult, and just take out the big tanky members of blue team, and they pretty much just didn't have the damage behind them. Syndra and Sivir were not in position to follow up their tanks taking all the damage. And of course blue team just getting a little bit too greedy there, overextending. Wow, Sivir's Q just doing a lot of damage right there. And it looks like red team really wants this Baron, but they're kind of being contested by this lone Sivir. He's doing a nice job of contesting the other team's Baron attempt. But this Baron dropping extremely low, and it's going to be going to the red team. I'm going to take another drink of my water. I was gonna say enjoy this in silence, but it looks like we have Riven getting taken down from the blue team. Now Lucian in a spot of trouble. A big mistake from red team getting caught out after their Baron attempt. Riven that was a big mistake from Riven. Now she will not have Baron buff, and she's also down, so they will not have her in the next team fight. However, not all of blue team is together. Sivir pushing the top lane, the rest of blue team looking to go push bot lane perhaps. Damn, I'm hungry right now. What sounds good? I could make some pasta. Oh, damn, that sounds really good. I think I'm gonna make pasta. Or I can make some cookies. Cookies, guys. Okay, that's a huge tangent. I'm sorry, guys, but damn, pasta and cookies sound really good right now. I just love food, I guess. And with that, looks like blue team is gonna be able to take a free turret bot lane. That's all of the out of base turrets, whereas red team has not even taken a single tier 2 turret. So that's going to be a huge advantage for blue team right now. Only 5k golden advantage though. That last team fight plus Baron really gave red team a nice gold boost, and they are only about 4k gold behind. However, this dragon's going to really help blue team reclaim some of their lost advantage. I mean, this is a really slow dragon attempt though. I mean, you got to admit, it's a pretty slow dragon attempt, especially at this stage of the game. And that's going to boost their advantage a few more gold in their favor. A few more golds, I guess. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I don't know what that was. We do see some items of choice being picked up on all members of both teams. We do see a cannon going for Zhonya's into the Andrew's Torment. We do see Jarvan building pure tank almost. And here comes Vi from the back line. Looking to initiate here. She did get her Banshee's Veil popped. She does have a Banshee's Veil. And right now we do see just a ton of damage going on the Jarvan. She does get ulted by Syndra. I mean, that was eating the Syndra ult though, so here comes the Kennen getting some nice stuns all around. And right now just huge damage coming in from both sides. John's going to pop her ult to try to keep her team alive. Sivir just pick up the kill on the Kennen. Right now Renekton and everyone falling very low. Here comes the Riven into the middle of all of it, picking up a double kill. And then Vi's going to barely survive here. That was a huge team fight for red team. And looks like she's not going to be able to pick up another kill. That was pretty much just, blue team burned so much on the Jarvan. I think that was a huge mistake. Syndra should not have ulted him. That was just so much burned on the Jarvan. Now Silver's going to go down as well. Will they be able to pick up this Riven? Vi wants, but Vi cannot have. She's going to take a lot of damage from this. So she's going to get all in under the turret, and she is going to end up going down ace for red team. And they are going to pick up an inhibitor here. And that was a big mistake from red team. They burned so much on that Jarvan, and they just got destroyed by the Lucian, by the Kennen, and that was just a nice ult from the Kennen, stunning a lot of members of blue team and doing a lot of damage. Rylai's now on Kennen. Rylai's, of course, great synergy with Liandry's Torment because you take enhanced damage if your movement speed impaired, which, of course, Rylai's does. And with that team fight, red team pretty much bringing gold back to even. The snowball of blue team has been stopped, and it's now anyone's game. I mean, red team needs to keep their carries safer. They were not able to do that in that team fight. Syndra and Sivir not really able to do too much in that team fight. The Syndra ult definitely wasted on the Jarvan. And right now, it's going to be pretty much who wins the next team fight. They will win the game. And we're just going to have to wait and see. Right now, Sivir picking up her race, and I mean, this could be the fight, right? Oh, Sivir. Oh, Sivir. No. No. Oh. Not gonna get caught out. For a second, I thought she was gonna get caught out right there. I definitely saw that one coming. And red team gonna put some pressure on the bot lane tower, and they are gonna take the tier 2 tower. Right now, both members of both teams looking to engage right here, and there goes the ult from Jarvan. They're going to initiate immediately, catching so many in his ultimate, and here comes Kennen as well. Blue team just getting annihilated. Tark trying to dive the carry. That's not something you see every day, but blue team just getting eviscerated by the AoE damage of red team, and looks like we're going to see red team taking this team fight. 3 kills for them. They're all very low, and there is still a Sivir alive, but it's not going to be enough, guys. I think that's the end of the game. That team fight was a team fight to decide the game. And red team just manning up, initiating under the turret, able to take out a lot of red team while keeping all of them alive. Just huge plays from them, and it looks like they're going to be able to take at least a tower and an inhibitor here. There's the tower. Next up will probably be the inhibitor or the Nexus. The towers are in fact falling. There goes the inhibitor. There goes the Nexus turret. Here goes the second Nexus turret. And the Nexus will shortly follow after. And that is the end of the game, guys. Red team making a huge comeback with their insanely powerful team fights and their crowd control, winning them the game. Syndra ults were definitely not the best they could have been. And the Ken and Zonas combination, sorry, I yawned, once again showing itself to be a powerful factor in fights. Jarvan doing a great job of tanking and initiating. Just such a powerful champion. Lucian doing a lot of damage. And of course Sarah also doing good damage. But unfortunately her team just did not really have the team fight to compare to Red team. Let's just face it. Riven, Kennen, Jarvan, Janna. I mean, that's some sick team fight right there. What did blue team have? Some single target stuns. And simply that's just not good enough. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This has been Raabemaster bringing you the Shoutcast, and I will see you guys later.